the myth of making it in music, and why the journey matters more than the destination. You know, I had somebody in the comments yesterday call me the philosopher of rock. And, I will accept that title. Perhaps I'm the shaman of rock because back in my wild days, my life would teeter on the brink of the edge, and I would go and I would get wisdom, and then I would come back. And now I am here and I am sharing that wisdom with you. You know, I'm very lucky that I came out of a pretty wild lifestyle relatively unscathed. But the reality is this: I've gained great wisdom, but now I am clear-eyed, I am focused, and I am up every morning making this content for you to share my knowledge and to share our experiences. And that is why I love to hear from everybody in the comments. You know, on this channel, I try to reply to every comment. It is getting a little bit overwhelming trying to reply to everyone, but man, make sure and know that I read every comment that is left. The reality is this, and I've been hearing this over and over again, saying the journey is better than the destination. The chase is better than the catch. The what is it they say about lemonade? The squeeze ain't worth the juice, or something like that. Let me know. Let me know in the comments about that if I'm getting that phrase wrong. But man, here is the reality. You know, man, there is no real making it in the music business. I mean, you know, relatively speaking, there may be some of you that watch this channel that have done a lot more stuff than me, and there's some that haven't done as much. And none of that really matters. You know, I've got a wall of stuff back here. I've got my guitars back here. And, you know, I don't have my, gold and platinum records behind me because they're in front of me. And I see them when I make my videos. But it's not important to me that they're back there emblazoned. Now, I used to have that in my old office in Nashville. I had them on the wall behind me. But, you know, I think a lot of the early people that watch my channel know I have those, know that I had the experience, know that I've done some recording, know that I've done some touring, know that I've played the Sunset Strip. But it's all just one long journey. And I don't think there was any or ever a time when I felt like I made it. Now, there were a lot of moments, you know, and I can think the first time I played the Sunset Strip, that was a huge thing because before that I had played Dive Bar in near Virginia Beach, and I'd played at Busch Gardens, and I'd played some biker bars down in Southern California. And so the first time I played the Sunset Strip, you could say you've made it. And I remember working with one singer, and he had sort of casually said, well, all I want to do is just play one gig at the Roxy. And I thought, this guy's he's just saying that. And sure enough, he played one gig as the singer for my band, a headlining slot. And I was never able to get him on the phone again after that. So for him playing one gig at the Roxy Theater on the Sunset Strip was making it in music, and he walked away. It's pretty crazy because I knew that, you know, no matter what your definition of making it, that's not it. Because life is about the journey, not the destination. And I didn't want my journey to end after one show on the Sunset Strip. Yeah, that's a heck of an accomplishment. And I know there's a lot of rockers out there from my era that maybe played the scene up in New York or in Baltimore or the Sunset Strip or up in Canada, and maybe stopped playing after that, and that's understandable because styles change and music changes and scenes die, and it becomes difficult to adapt. And for me, I could have thought it was a step down moving to Nashville and playing all the different gigs that I played. I mean, if you're a rocker, through and through, and that's all you did, then, a lot of those guys said, I don't want to go try to play another style of music. I don't want to adapt. But man, for me, I just loved playing music so much that it didn't matter that I technically wasn't making it by playing a little jazz club or playing a wedding or playing a bar mitzvah. Yeah, I played Hava Nagila at a bat mitzvah or a bar mitzvah or whatever it is. I don't even, know. But you know what? I had fun playing Hava Nagila. It's fun playing for a crowd that's dancing around and lifting someone in the air, and your tempo's increasing. It's incredibly fun. It's almost metal the way the tempo keeps going faster and faster. And if you can't get pumped up doing that, I don't know what to tell you. But you could say that's not making it in music, playing weddings, playing jazz bars, that's not making it, or is it? Because the reality is this, man. It is the journey. And making it was being able to play that long and adapt, But there's no clear time when I realized I made it. And look, man, this has been a lifelong journey. I had gotten a couple plaques for some stuff that I'd played on, but I didn't get my first platinum album until I was 58 years old, and I had to hound the record label to get it. Say, hey, I played on this. Approve the request. All I was asking for them to approve it. I played on this album. I was there. Give me my platinum album. But that's still not making it in music. Now, I know there's a lot of people that watch this channel and says, man, you were lucky. And yes, I was very lucky to be in the right place, met the right people. But man, it took me 58 years of life to get it. And it was always about the journey. Did I have to play some gigs that sucked? 110%. I played some horrific gigs, some nightmare situations, and places that were so filled with smoke that you would literally choke from the amount of smoke in the air. And I did it for decades. And man, yeah, there were some bumps along the way. Yes, there were tough times. And you know what? It makes the small victories that much sweeter when you do have a victory, when you do get a phone call to go do something, when you do get a plaque. It could almost bring you to tears sometimes when you get these victories because you've worked so hard for them, you've struggled for them, and you very much appreciate what it took to get there. Was it difficult to go from small town Virginia to the Sunset Strip? Absolutely. But it was an incredible journey to do that, to travel 3,000 miles in a pickup truck with my dad and move out to California and navigate that crazy city in a crazy time and get on that stage. That was just the beginning of the journey. That wasn't a point to go, well, I've made it. And, the same thing goes with right now. Yes, I've got a platinum record on the wall, but that doesn't mean I'm getting checks in the mail. I get a small amount of mailbox money, not anymore from my time playing on those records, but I get a small amount of a little bit of film and TV residuals that of stuff that I played on and produced with friends, and it got picked up and played on some TV. But man, it's not enough money to really sometimes even take the whole family out for a dinner, and not even a good one. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not. So the reality is this, man. I am still on my journey, and now my journey is on YouTube. And the reality is this: I'm not going to stop my journey for anything. If I achieve 10K subscribers, which I'm very close to getting, I'm not going to just throw in the towel, woohoo, I got 10K, and then start taking it easy. No, it's time, just like it's been my whole life, to keep the foot on the gas. And sometimes I press down on that gas pedal and watch that engine go quickly. And other times, it's time to take it nice and slow and go through that neighborhood and be very careful. When life is a journey, sometimes you gotta speed up and press down hard, and sometimes you've got to ease up on the gas. But right now, I'm in a point in my life as a Gen Xer where it's time to put my foot on a steady tempo, but a quick, elevated tempo, and keep my foot on the gas. I can see some sort of finish line ahead or some kind of monument. I'm seeing the 10K subscribers, monument, or whatever you want to call it. Let me know in the comments. It's an achievement. That's what it is. It's an achievement. I'm seeing that achievement come up, but I'm not going to stop there. And my goal after that is 100K. I'm not even going to make my goal 20K or 30K or 40K or 50K. I'm hearing that there's some plaque that you get on YouTube when you hit 100K. So I want that plaque on the wall right next to my gold records and my platinum record. I want that plaque. So you can help this channel and help me on my journey while I help you by hitting the subscribe button for this channel. See how I slip that in nice and smooth? I don't have a script here. I'm not, reading something. I'm having a conversation. But we're very lucky that this later part in life that I have this technology and I'm able to take advantage of it and use it, because the reality is I'm still on my journey and you are too. And you know what? Whether you've got gold records or played the Sunset Strip, I know you've had victories yourself. And sometimes it's the small victories that matter the most. Sometimes it's just getting out of bed and picking up that guitar, or writing a little song, or learning a riff, or coming up with a song idea, or just getting out of bed. Sometimes that's all we can do, but that is all part of the journey. And the journey is greater than the destination.